Hi, I'm Ken. Congratulations on your new purchase. We're going to go over a couple things you might need to know. We're going to start outside here. So here on the jack, you have a switch, and that's going to light up your light here. It's going to be a little hard to see in the daytime, but this is just to turn on the light. It has no hindering as far as the operation of this. Okay, so there's a manual control. Comes with a crank handle that's going to go directly on this little nut right on top. That's how you'll manually control this jack. Behind it, you're going to have your propane tanks. There is a changeover with that. You can select either tank. That's right underneath. You pull the cover. Down under here, you're going to see a little port. Okay, that's where you can hook up a ZAMP power or solar panel. That way you can trickle charge your battery when you're away from it and not plugged into power. Coming over here, we're going to put crank handles are all going to be in this front compartment here. We're going to go over this one right now. Under here, you're going to find your automatic stabilizing jacks, and that's all they are. They're just stabilizing jacks. They're not meant to level the coach. But in case you can't use the button, and we'll go over that a little later, you can manually crank these with this handle here. Okay. Once you've done, take this and we put it right up here in the front compartment. All right. A couple more things to know here. You have a battery disconnect here. This is going to disconnect out all power from the coach. Okay. Anytime you're not plugged in, you pull this out. That's going to stop battery draw or anything going on. So I'm going to go back up. This goes in. Power goes back on. Okay. This is just a cover. Just slides over that. The cover's on. Fresh tank fill is going to be right here. That's gravity feed. That's onboard water. When you're hooking up at a campground for water, that's going to be your city water connection. Not to be confused with the sticker that says tank flush here. This is going to flush out your black tank. Now, with that being said, anytime you hook a hose up to that, you're going to want to be dumping your tank. The valve has to be open, otherwise you're going to pressurize that tank or fill it up, and you don't want to be doing that. You have a quick connect hose right here, and I'll show you where that goes as we go down through the coach. We're going to take a walk. We're going to go over a couple things right here. Power hooks up here. It's going to be a 50 amp service. Okay, you can adapt them down to 30s if you need be. Gray tank, black tank, that's going to be under here. Now, you're going to see a valve here that's gray and a valve down here that's black. All right, that's exactly what they mean. Your gray tanks are going to be your sinks and showers. Your black is strictly your toilet. There's not a whole lot going on, but this is your water heater here. There's not a whole lot you can do in here besides drain it and clean it out from bugs and debris from time to time. So if you find it not lighting or anything like that, you're gonna want to see if there's any cobwebs, spider webs, different things going on. Here at the back corner, you're gonna find satellite and cable hookups. Okay, and your power's already ready to go for that. And that's part of the draw. That's one reason why you would disconnect the battery when it's sitting for long periods of time. Spray port back here is where you're going to find that quick connect for that blue coiled hose that we saw earlier. We're going to open up the kitchen. Anytime you're putting these on the magnets, make sure they do touch the magnets, because if you only get one side, there's a possibility to fall down on you. So you're going to want both to hit. Right here, while we're here, we have extend and retract, and you're going to have the same switch for the front jacks, but as you can see, that's going to move those jacks. You also have that manual control I showed you earlier. We're going to pull this out. Anytime you're pulling this out, you're going to reach in and grab this quick connect here, unlock it and pull, and here's your grill. Lock it in place on either side. We're going to do one for now, but you do have two. This comes down and goes underneath to this fitting here. When you're ready to hook up to this fitting, make sure it's in the off position. That will hook up. Once it's hooked up, then you turn it on, and basically, as you can see, that locks that into place. It doesn't go as far back to allow that to release. Once you're ready to release it, you shut the valve, and then it will open again. That just stores underneath this grill. As far as the grill itself goes, open it up, drop this down. You're going to have two legs that come out. Well, this will hold them. Flip these down. That locks those out so that they can't come out. When you're ready, flip them back up, and then they'll close. Lock them in place. fly around, and then back down. This is a manual light drill. There's no sparker. You're gonna have to use the light in it. But you're gonna want the drip tray removed, so that way anything's stripped down. So we're going back under here. I'm sliding this on, and it just sets in there like that. It does kind of not move, but it's a little bump. We'll pull it and it'll fall right off. So you want to be careful. It's only got 2 small tabs. Okay, that just sets up here, along with a manual that goes for this grill, in case you needed any more concerns. We're going to close it. Anytime you do close it, make sure you do hit the latch right here for travel, so it doesn't bang against your door when it's closed. Refrigerator, not a whole lot going on, but you do have temperature controls up here in the top right corner. Access to the outside of the refrigerators here, in case you get beans, things like that. These are going to turn 90 degrees, and that releases them. It will open them. Make sure they're inserted the whole way, back to parallel, and it's closed again. But clean out's basically the only thing you need there. Outside outlets and TV hookups are here. Pulling out the steps, you're going to want to make sure this door's open almost the entire way without hitting the awning. That way this part here clears. There are adjustments on either leg with pins. Pull the pins and you can extend or retract the legs to make them even and bring it down. You never want it sitting too high to where this is too high that the door will not close. So we check, and that's pretty tight there. See how the door hits? That means these steps are too high. At that point, you're going to take these pins, slide them out, and make your legs go in a little bit to make it drop more flush to the floor here. As you can see, there's a nice gap here and the steps are leaning. That's why you have these adjustments. Pins go back in. We'll set it there for now. We'll put that pin back in a minute. Right here is your control for the front jack, extend and retract. And the last couple things that we can go over are the 2 switches that are up here. You have one switch that controls an LED strip inside here, another switch that controls the LED strip on the top of the cab.